Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting session with Risha ma'am. In today's video, I am going to share 10 tips to make your child study. So let's begin. As we all know, few kids are blessed with good study skills and discipline, whereas few other kids need help, support and most importantly, motivation to get them to studies. So the first tip here is parents to be firm and disciplined. Parents to sit along with the child while studying, understand their subjects, explain to them the subjects which kids don't understand, continuously motivate them till the time kids get into their comfort zone with respect to studies. Most often we come across parents who themselves are not interested in kids' studies but still keep asking their kids about good grades, yelling at them for not studying. So it is very important as parents to start with us to be disciplined, making your kids to read, continuously motivate them towards their studies. At school, they have teachers who are there to mentor the kids, whereas at home, it's the parents' responsibility to make sure the child studies. As you all know, as the class changes, the class teacher changes, whereas a parent is the only asset a child has in mentoring them right from the time they are born till the time they do something great at life. So it's your responsibility as a parent to make sure your child is doing good at grades. Be the best mentor for your child and motivate them as much as you can to make them understand why studies are important for them. Tip number 2, talk to the teacher. As the class changes, make sure to talk to their respective class teacher, explain to them what are the pros and cons of your child by making them understand what is the style of your child, how to treat your kid, and consistently have a check on the child's study pattern, because teachers and parents are a bridge who can work together to make sure the child excels. Tip number 3, set up a reward system. Whenever we want our kid to do something, perform something, or to finish some work, make sure that they get a reward for doing so. For example, if you want them to read a storybook today, tell them that if you are going to read this storybook today, then I am going to give you this. If you are going to finish your homework quickly in the given time, then I'll allow you to play for another 30 minutes for the day. If you can make sure that you read this lesson completely today, then I'll allow your friends home. So something like this, you have to set some reward system for them so that kids understand why they have to do it quickly and in the given time. And you also should tell them that if you are not going to do this assignment now, then I am going to cut down your playtime as well. And if you are not going to do your homeworks in the given time, then I am not going to read a story for you at night. So things like this. You have to talk to the kids, make them understand why they have to do something or why they should not do something. Tip number 4. Inspire your children with goals. In the first place, kids don't understand why they are meant to read, why they are meant to go to school. Parents often keep telling a classic line, go and study, go and study, go and study. But why? They really don't know the reason. So here it's your responsibility as parents to make them understand why they have to read, where it is going to lead if they are getting good grades at school, and what is the result of being disciplined and being good at school or being well or proficient at academics. For example, we often keep hearing from kids saying, I would want to go in a flight, I would want to go to a holiday. So they keep observing from YouTube or here and there saying, I wanted that toy, or they have some wishes and whims, right? So make them understand that if they study, if they are good at academics right from the beginning, right from their early years, they can empower to do anything, whatever they want in life will come to them if they are going to do good at school right now onwards. Explain to them, if you are going to do good at academics, then you are going to end up having a good job, then you are going to end up having a good lifestyle. Don't you really want a big house? Don't you really want a nice car? Don't you really want to go to holidays? Don't you want to buy stuff which you like to buy? All these comes to you only if you read today and maintain the consistency for all the grades. So inspire them by telling the reason for why they have to study. 5th tip. Enroll kids as per their interest. Try to find out your child's interest and ensure to enroll them in that particular subject. For example, most of us don't know as early years what is their real interest. So what you have to do as a parent, you have to try and enroll them in each and everything for at least 1-2 months. Karate, yoga, skating, swimming, everything. Enroll them, not forever, just to understand the interest of a child, because they themselves cannot tell to us unless and until they experience it for a couple of months. Eventually, after 3 months of time, you will understand few interests. The child will come back and tell you that I am interested in this particular subject, and they will also come back and tell you that I am not interested in doing this. So there you can understand the passion of your child, and then you can take your child towards that direction. Sixth tip: teach your child to learn, not just to study. When it comes to the books, they shouldn't think that this is some job that I have to finish this assignment and it is done for the day. No, you have to inculcate that habit of learning every day from whatever they are taught at school. Once they come back home, make sure to open their books, spend some time, understand what is taught in the school, and explain the same thing to your child, and make a habit that they has to listen. Increase the listening power. This is very important, which something kids are lacking in this generation because of too much of digital time and the screen time. They have totally ruled out that they have to listen something. So make sure they will learn something, understand something, and there is something here in their brain. Encourage your kids to understand the social things happening around them, discuss things with them, get answers from them, and show them those type of videos online, like in Nat Geo, where they will understand how things are built. Example, when they ask you how honey is made, try and show that video. Example, when they ask you how snow is formed, you can show that type of videos. So this will at least give them some information and excites them towards learning. And the seventh tip is find out the reason why they don't want to study. This is what most of the parents miss out on. We have to understand why they are not interested in studies and work out from that point of view so as to make it interesting. For example, most of the times we often keep only telling them in a generalized way, go and study. But then do they really have a particular place where they have to go and sit and study? Is there something that they have to study for that particular day? Or do they really know how to study by themselves? Or what is that they have to study for the day? Are you going to assess them after the study time as such? Make sure the place is quiet, ambient, and there is no people intervention. There are no TVs, no distractions. There are no siblings around who are younger, who are playing around. All these things impacts a child because kids get distracted just like that. So it is very difficult for them to pull in and then make them sit at place. That only happens when you have a dedicated study place for them. Whenever you take the child to that particular room, they understand that they have to study. You have to create this type of environment in the house. And the eighth tip is make a study schedule at home. Do you know how schools function? They have a schedule that they have to follow right from day one of the school till the last working day. So they have a schedule that they follow each and every single day. It is a compounding effect. Every day they'll keep learning something, 2%, 5%, 8%, 10%, and they make it to 100%. It is not in a single day that they're going to teach everything, nor it is like they don't follow any schedule. So they have a structure or a schedule in place where they have to do or accomplish this much of portion in that particular day. So do you have a schedule at home for your child? Then what is that you are going to do when the child gets back to home? Have a schedule and go according to the schedule only. Don't just randomly open any book out of nowhere and then get them to reading. It's not going to lead anywhere. You have to have a start point and an end point for anything you do. When a child is getting into a first class, there has to be a start and they are going to finish the academic year. And is it the same thing happening with us parents at home? Just ask yourself. So you have to make a schedule which kids has to follow even at home, like the way they do at school. And the ninth tip is do not shout at kids for not studying. For example, I often keep hearing from parents, if you're not going to sleep now, then I'm going to make you study. If you're not going to eat this, then I'm going to make you study. If you're not coming out now, then I'll make you study. So what is that you are expecting out from your child? You're scaring them out. Studies is something that which is so daunting that I should get away from here. Is this what you are looking out for? You have to make studies so comfortable, so soothing, like the way they take bath, they eat food, they go to the school, and they study at home. It has to be a daily routine for a child. It is not something daunting that they really don't want to do and you always drag them to do. So how can you do this? You should not scare them whenever possible. You should not ask them to study whenever you feel like getting them to studies. There has to be a time in which they have to study. Are you going to ask them to brush their teeth whenever you feel like doing it, or do they have a routine for that? They have a routine for that. As soon as they get up in the morning, they have to go brush their teeth. And just before they are getting into the bed, they have to brush your teeth. In the same way, have a study routine where they have to study at one particular point of time, say at 5 to 6, 7 to 8, whichever is convenient as per your lifestyle, or maybe just before going to bed. Then that will become a habit to child. Out of nowhere, we keep asking them, go and study. But why the child will study or listen to you when you don't maintain a routine by yourself? And the 10th important tip is sometimes listen to your kids as well. When we are dealing with a primary child, we have this in mind. We are the master and they are the listeners. Why? Sometimes you can also listen to them. When they say that I don't want to study, try to understand why and then leave it like that. If they say today I'm not feeling good, I don't want to eat, that's okay, leave it. If they say I really don't want to do my homeworks today, I would want to go and play for the full day, that's okay, allow them. In this way, they will understand you are valuing their decisions. And for the next time, when it is really important for you to get them to studies, you can give that example. I allowed you to play when you asked for. I allowed you to sleep when you asked for. Now you have to read because it's important you have your exam tomorrow. Then they will start thinking. When you're not allowing them to talk to you or when you're not valuing their decisions, equally the kids will not value your decision as well when you want them to study. So, at least listen to them sometimes, give value to their decision. If they say they don't want to study, then it's okay, fine, let them play. And then make a child note this, that you are allowing them to play only because right now they are not interested. Okay, so in this way, inculcating good habits in their study routine will take a long way. With a little bit of support and motivation, and parents are the best mentors for your kids. You cannot expect anybody to really have a concern towards your kids because they are our kids and we are responsible for their bright future, not a teacher or not a school or not anybody else in the world. Because you got them into the world, it's your responsibility to mentor them till the time they get settled in their life. So hope you have really enjoyed listening to this video. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'll see you again in the next video. Till then, don't forget to share this with your friends as well. Take care. Bye.